I'd like to call on our secretary of the Management Council, Liam Mackesy, and just on a personal level, I'd like to really thank Willie for all the help he's given me, and John. I've pestered him day and night with many a problem, and he's always been on the end of the phone to me, or in the office, and I'd like to wish you well, myself.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I know we have our lady captain here. I think Dennis is on the way. He'll grace us with his presence shortly. We're here to mark the occasion of the retirement of two very important people from our cause, from our club. John Devine, our manager, and Willie Hartnett, our caretaker. I will bow to John initially to come up here and say a few words on behalf of Willie and to thank Willie. John Devine.
Thanks, Dave. What can I say about Willie Hartnett? We've known each other for like a million years. We worked together here at the golf club. Willie's been here for 13 and I've been here at 10. Before that, we were on men's club, serving together for about 8 years. And before that, we worked in P&T, Telecom Ireland, Aircom. Yeah, some people will say I worked, but I think we put more time and hours into the golf club than we ever did in Telecom. What can I say about Willie? A fantastic man, such an obliging person. I've never, ever asked him to do something that he would refuse or whinge about or hum-ha about. We won't talk about the one. We had differences of opinion, but we got through them, and at the end of the day, the job always got done. And at times over the years, budgets got tight, and I would have to say to Willie, we're going to cut back your hours, Willie. We have to cut back your hours, Willie. Money is tight, and Willie would say, no bother. And then 2 or 3 days later, I have to ring Willie and say, Jesus, Billy, such and such thing's broken down, will you come in? And Willie being in the morning, he never ever once refused, always came in, and when he'd come in, he'd say, John, no need to put me on the prayer run for today. This is free, this is for the golf club. This is for the golf club. So that's the kind of a person Willie is, a fantastic man. And I suppose there comes a time when everybody realises in life that, you know, I need to slow down and I need to do some other things. And in Willie's case, he has for quite a long time now been training and taking courses, and he is a trained first responder. He's on call voluntarily 7 days a week, and he's done fantastic work for the community, so helping people that are in distress or cardiac issues. Fantastic work, and I congratulate him and wish him the very, very best for the future. Thank you, Willie.
Thanks a million, John. And Willie, if you'd come forward here, please, you're welcome to say a few words if you'd like, but initially, you will say a few words.
I will.
Good man.
Right, I'll stand behind this stuff. John, can I read over that? I can. John, thanks very much, John. I didn't think I was that valuable. Actually, I think I was grossly underpaid, really, to tell you the truth. But it's a bit too late now. I won't do any, whatever. Like John says, 13 years I was here after spending nearly 40 with Aircom. So you can add it up. You can get an idea how old I am, but that's beside the point. When I did the interview for here, John Whelan was the manager, and before I came in, and he's standing down below there, Mr. Timmy Roach, he says to me, go in and sell yourself. So obviously I went in and did sell myself because, okay, I got the job, but I was like a 16-year-old, even though I was slightly past that, because it was a new start for me coming into here. And like John says, I was involved with committees or whatever, so I knew the place pretty well. And to come in here, and when on a Friday afternoon, we all work for Aircom. Timmy, Tony Lenihan, Con, and Eddie Harold. We used to borrow an hour here and there from Aircom to play a bit of golf. But nobody ever said anything about it, but it worked out all right. But starting afresh in a new job, for me it was great, because the attitude I had when I came in here was very simple. Ye the members, everybody here owns the club. My idea was, ye the members are actually paying my wages. That's how I see it. And I'd always said to myself, if I felt that at a time that I wasn't giving the return like I should have, I would think about moving along. So, okay, I was slipping slowly maybe, but John didn't take any notice of all that. And so I just decided, that's it. I have enough, and I loved working here. Like I said, it wasn't just like work. And when I was during the interview, I remember a question that I was asked or whatever, and the answer I gave was, for me, working here would not be a job if I got it. That's how I saw it. I just saw it as, a club that we all owned. And when we used to be playing the golf, I was often said to Timmy, I'd love to work here someday. And that's how it turned out. But you meet everybody at some stage or other. Some people would say, why is the course wrong? Because even though I wasn't basically working on the course, I used to often get a few little remarks about things not being right, like bunkers and things like that. But I used to say, talk to John. John's the man. So it was always good to hand him over. The ladies' club, the ladies on a Friday morning, they'd all come. Some of them, they'd always come up and say hello, and you get to know everybody. But to make things finish up, I'm not a man for talking here. I prefer to be cutting grass and do all these kind of things. But I enjoyed my time here, and there's a new man in, and Patsy O'Connor, and you can see already the place has improved since he came in. To John Devine, like he said, 10 years with John working in here. I can just remember one little bit of a disagreement about something he asked me to do, and I didn't do it anyway. But anyway, at the same day, I was actually retiring. He said, I just said to him, do you need 2 weeks' notice? He said, yeah. But in fairness to him, he let it lie, and he came back again, and he said whatever he said, and I said, okay, so I stay. Maybe that was a mistake, but anyway, I won't say anything else. But I did enjoy my time working here, and I felt myself that, you got value for what you were paying me in my wages, which were good. Thanks very much.
Willie, you might stay with us for a moment, because Bernie Maloney, Chairperson of the Management Council, would like to make a small presentation to you on behalf of the club. For your, yeah, that's the back pay. Two of mine.
Thank you very much. Every success and a long and happy retirement. That's good, I hope.
Best prize of the night. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Listening to Willie and John, one thing I can't figure out is how these boys in Aircom ever got time to play cards. It's a little bit remiss of me as well at the beginning. I never welcomed all the members of the Devine family. You're very welcome here this evening. I'm a kind of a rookie around here. I'm only a member since 2016, so I'm not well qualified to talk about John Devine, but I'll try a little bit. I first got to know John, I suppose, when I was coming here playing green fees and with societies and so on and so forth. And then joined in 2016, and for the last year and a half, I've worked very closely with him as Secretary of the Management Council. I think John is known to his family as John Allen. Yeah, to some of the family. And I think Allen should be replaced with always.
Yes.
Because John is always in good form, he's always available, he's always positive, and he always has time to talk to people. And they are all the positives, I suppose. From Hannah's point of view, he's always at the bloody golf club. But it's been a fabulous pleasure, John, to work with you so closely over the last year and a half. In my time coming to the golf club and being a member of the golf club, I have never met a society, a visitor, or a member that had a bad word to say about John Devine, and I think that says a lot about his character. He's here as manager for 10 years. I don't know how long you remember, John, about 30 years maybe? 41, oh God, he's only a young fella. So that's as much as I can, that's as much as I can say about John, but I'll call on Derek Heffernan to say a few words, because Derek would have significantly more history as far as on John.
Lady Captain, fellow officers that are here, honoured guests, meaning the Devine family and their family and friends, and to ye, the members of Newcastle West Golf Club that keep supporting this club day in and day out. Firstly, we're here to honour two people that contributed enormously to Newcastle West Golf Club, and that's John Devine and Willie Hartnett. I'd just like to speak for a moment about Willie. I too knew Willie for a long time. He mentioned there the P&T golf team of Timmy and Con and Willie and this. I don't know how it was that I made it onto that team for maybe 10 or 15 or more years. Is that right, Willie?
I forgot to mention.
I don't know how I managed to get at it, like, which always three P&T and myself, but we had great times. And the ended through my own fault. I went on holidays down to South Kerry, and I went for a few months, and I told the lads get a sub. But I enjoyed my time with them. But can I just say about Willie, to thank you for his commitment and dedication to Newcastle West Golf in the 13 years. Even before that, as I said, golfing with him here every Sunday, etc., he always had a great interest in Newcastle West Golf Club. He was a jack of all trades. I've no doubt, John, if he had somebody to paint or to cut or to car park or whatever, Willie was the man. And he was immaculate in all his jobs. He always left them 100%. And that's what we would have expected of Willie. So Willie, I'd like to thank you for your commitment and dedication to Newcastle West Golf Club. And as you set out in retired life, I would like to wish you continued good health and happiness in whatever lays for you in the future.
It's yours. Will I read these notes, will I?
So now we come to John Devine. I've known John a good while too, going back to his schooling days, and we always got on very well, but there's one or two little stories we won't go into here tonight, John, you know what I mean? But we always got on very well, and he was always well trained, etc. And being a Devine, of course, he had that, that capability of taking on and managing anything that needs to be done. But I have a few words to say about John tonight anyway. Firstly, I have to say that it was with a sense of loss and disappointment that we learned of John's intention to retire as secretary manager of our club. We could have put him under pressure to stay, but that would have been selfish on our part. While we tried to take in the full impact of his departure, we quickly realised that this was a tough decision to take even for him. What can I say about John? Words like honesty, dedication and commitment don't fully convey the level of selfless service that he has given to this club over the past 10 years. Phrases like giving you 100% above and beyond the call of duty and fully committed also seem insufficient. He has been a tremendous ambassador who has enormously enhanced the face and reputation of Newcastle West Golf Club. He has built and nurtured trusting relationships with service providers, course builders, ergonomists, financial institutions, and many more. John personified the term people person, whether it was dealing with his team at the club, liaising with the various committees and directors, or welcoming a society. He always had the couple of fucking. He had the charm and charisma of the Devine family. John made himself available to the club 24/7, whether it was a member ringing at 11 p.m. or an alarm going off at 3 a.m. It made no difference to him. This inevitably caused disruption to his household, and in that regard, coupled with his long absences, I would like to take this opportunity to thank John's wife, Hannah, and his family for their understanding and support. I know they will be glad to have him back in the fold. In this instance, their gain is our loss. I think you'll all agree that we were so lucky to have had John for the past 10 years. However, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. I think it's fair to say that we owe John a great debt of gratitude. Once again, the word thanks doesn't seem adequate. On behalf of the directors and everyone involved in Newcastle West Golf Club, I would like to wish John many, many years of health, happiness, and once again, I would like to thank John for his commitment and dedication to the club. And I wish John and Hannah many years of happiness and good health as you set out on your new chapter in this life. Thank you very much.
Thanks a million, Derek. Very well spoken. Now, we'd like to hear a few words, I suppose, from the man himself, John.
Thanks, Liam. My head feels about 10 times the size after that. I don't know if it does deserve all those anecdotes, but they're very, very grateful, and thank you so much for all the kind words. As I said a while ago, I suppose we're lucky when in life, when we realise there is a time to slow down and take things easy, and that, for me, that time has come now. You know, I'd like to go ahead and do the things that I've been putting off, play a little more golf, do a bit of salmon fishing, and a few other things like that, a bit of travelling. So Hannah has a list probably for me at the back door of things that I also have to do. So we get through them slowly in between the golf. I've written down some things here, and I've a lot of people to thank, and I'm not going to mention names because I'm going to forget somebody, and that's not right. I suppose I'm a little sad at retiring from the golf club, but happy that I will have more time for myself, my family, and go through the things that I have to do, I suppose, you know. I intend to play more golf, get back salmon fishing, keen angler, but I haven't done so for 10 years since I was here on this job, and hopefully some travelling. Myself and Willie have plans. I didn't really explain to him yet, but we're going to climb Kilimanjaro next year. And next week, Willie, we're starting high altitude training in Knockfield.
And I carry you on my back.
All right. On a serious note, I suppose while the manager role is hugely varied and it can be stressful at times, I love coming to the club every day, just like Willie. I didn't really consider it a job. I loved it. I loved coming here. I enjoyed meeting members, visitors, societies, daily interaction with our core staff, pro shop staff, catering, bar and catering staff, or cleaners and office staff. It was always ended at the end of the day on a very, very positive note, regardless of what might have happened during the day, and I think that's very important. I suppose I'm proud, very proud, to have seen huge developments and improvements in our course over the last 10 years. Reductions to the approaches of greens, extensive drainage, no bunkering, and we need a lot more new bunkering. Brought huge commendations from members and visitors, especially last weekend when we had our pro-am. There was like 50 pros, 200 golfers from different parts of the country, and the day before was a huge storm. We had branches falling, floods all over the greens, and the next day it was the same as it never rained and there was no wind. And that's down to the drainage and our staff. and our volunteers. The huge amount of volunteers that turn up on Saturday morning to help out at 5 a.m. was just outstanding. And so thank you so much to our volunteers. I suppose course development is extremely costly, and it is financed through our Club Lotto and funding that we have applied for through sports capital grants and other applications. But the Lotto is vital. Every penny that comes in the Lotto goes out in the golf course. So I would like every member hopefully to do Lotto. It's €2 a week. €100 will get you 8 extra draws, so you get 60 weeks for €100. So do the Lotto, and it's 14,400 next Monday night, so you might win that valuable prize. Just to go back to the volunteers again, the success of the club, I suppose, and the success of the manager role is dependent on a lot of other people. Our volunteers and our sponsors, members who give up their own personal time, day in, day out, week in, week out, whether it's on the course raking bunkers, fence painting, car park repairs, weekly management of the Club Lotto, fundraising events, or being a member of the many ladies, junior and men's committees. Everyone other than the office and core staff are volunteers, and the club could not function without you. To our captains, our presidents and your respective committees, thank you for your continuous help. Sponsors, as you all know, sponsors are the lifeblood of the club, and we are blessed to have such fantastic local sponsors supporting our club. The Hunt Office girls were here tonight. Seamus is away, he couldn't be here. The Tire World Cups are on this weekend, the Smithwick's Cup last weekend, the Prime the weekend before, sponsored by Michael O'Riordan and STL, and many, many, many other sponsors. Too many to mention, but without them, we would not have what we have here today. The last 3 or 4 years have been particularly demanding, with rising costs all across the sectors of the business. And there are huge time constraints and responsibilities demanded from our officers. They never shirked once from their responsibilities and have instead risen to the many challenges, attended numerous meetings and have led from the front. Meetings late at night, at lunchtimes, Saturdays, Sundays, WhatsApp meetings, Zoom meetings. It seems to be never ending. And the club is extremely lucky to have people with such dedication, expertise, competence and willingness to assist. And we must. I'm involved in this job for 10 years. I've worked with management councils down through the years. Everybody gives their best. But the current bunch of officers that we have right now are just outstanding, and we are all so lucky to have them. So I'd like to give a round of applause to Bernie, Pat and Liam. I've a note here saying I love the game of golf. However, my success on the fairways could have been better. I joined in '92 when Denny Roach, my uncle, was the captain, and I've been a member ever since. But now I have more time to play golf and practice, and for any gamblers that are out here tonight, I'll be voting each way a bet the captain's prize next year. In all my years involved, I think, especially in the men's club, the highlight for me was in 2012. 2012, I was captain, and in 2012 we brought huge honour to the club by winning the Pearse Purcell All-Ireland final. We had a hugely dedicated bunch of young golfers. 2 or 3 had played before, but most of them hadn't. I like the current Limerick team, John Kiley, when you hear about them talking about the team, the dedication, fighting for each other, that's exactly what we had here. One man drove from Dublin on a Tuesday night for a trial, and I said, gee, he wants to get on the team. We have a hugely dedicated bunch of young guys, and we went on, we won the All-Ireland final. And the big thing, I suppose, is that we beat Royal Dublin, one of the oldest, most prestigious clubs in the country. We beat them 4-1. And it was just unbelievable. They had a half of a hotel booked in Kinsale, and we stayed in a hotel that's closed now. The people before us were refugees. So, probably refugees back there again now. So, I suppose to finish, I'd just like to say thanks again for all your support. We have a fantastic course, a fantastic facility, newly refurbished areas throughout the club, and I'm sure the next manager will be 10 times better and bring the club to the next level. So thank you all for attending. Enjoy the night and safe home.
Well done, John. Very well spoken. If you'd step out here, please. Bernie would like to make a presentation to you on behalf of the club. We have just one final piece of business. Hannah, if you would grace us with your presence here for one moment, please. For all your years of patience, we would like to... Liz, our lady captain, will present you with this beautiful bouquet.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Tough and all, is it going to be?
And thank you, Hannah. Liz would like to say a few words on behalf of the Ladies Club.
Okay, ladies, Mr. Captain, Vice Captain Ray, Vice Captain Nora, fellow golfers, Willie and John's family, you're very welcome here this evening. I just want to keep this very brief. On behalf of the Ladies Club, I would just like to say a very big thank you to Willie for all the wonderful photographs that he has taken down through the years at our Ladies Captain's Prize. Well done, Willie. If you want a painting done or a picture hung, Willie was the man. For your eternal cleaning of the trolley bay, thanks a million, Willie. And for all your help while you were here, well done. And we wish you all the best in your retirement, health and happiness and good golfing.
Thank you.
To John, just a few words. I don't like to talk for very long. So, John, best wishes as you go on your way. A true gentleman in every way. A smile you had for one and all. You were always at our beck and call. Nothing was ever too much to ask, be it a hard or simple task. Courteous no matter when, or you were our little gem. Now your time has come to retire. Relax and put your feet up by the fire. Your people skills, they were sublime. You are some man for one man, John Devine. So, many thanks from the Ladies Club, and on behalf of the Ladies Club, I would like to present Willie and John with just a small token of our appreciation for all the help that they have given us throughout the years. And I wish them both well in their retirement, and may they have happiness and health and good golfing on the fairways. Well done, lads.
Very happy, isn't he? Too happy, I think. Both of them.
So Dennis is going to wind up the proceedings with a couple of brief words.
Thanks a million there, folks. Apologies there, but they genuinely wanted to fly me in a helicopter from there to get the fellas here. But I declined that offer anyway because I thought that maybe the helicopter, the 9th green would be a little bit soft for tomorrow or whatever, you know. So Liz has made a poem up about John there, you know. So if I had known that, Liz, I would have made a poem up about Willie, you know. Because Willie is one of the handiest guys that I know, in fairness, from doing bases for vice captain's prizes and captain's prizes indeed, and engravings and all that kind of stuff. So he's excellent. So that's something that John will have to concentrate on now, maybe in his spare time as well. So just about these guys here, indeed, I had a few drinkies with John last night. I don't know, Hannah, whether you knew where we were or not, but we were in a pub in Newcastle West there called Cleary's, okay, so we had Kevin Brown and Dave Rinn with us, and honest to God, I was trying to get away for hours, and I just could not get away from them, you know. So, to both these guys here, John, as you all know, is a neighbour of mine, just up the road. Indeed, we'll have a few games of golf now going forward, John, please God, because as my year winds down, I will have more time as well. I know Willie for a long number of years as well. Testing there, Johnny. I know Willie for a long number of years as well, indeed. He has been a great help and a huge help to this golf club. John, your presence is going to be missed here. 10 years is a long time. Willie, you were here 13 years, I think. So that's indeed a long time as well, you know. So I just finish up there because I think this microphone is getting a small bit shaky or whatever. I want to wish both these gentlemen the best of health and happiness in the years ahead. And indeed, happy golfing to both of them. Thanks a million and safe journey.